Question 73 from the reading asks, what is the solubility of silver phosphate in grams per liter in water? And we know the Ksp of silver phosphate is 1.8 times 10 to the minus 18. And the other thing that we need to know, and we'll get to this in a little bit, is the molar mass of silver phosphate. Silver phosphate is 418.6 grams per mole. So the first thing we should write out is the ionization of silver phosphate. So Ag3PO4 will ionize and give us 3 silvers plus 1 each and 1 phosphate, PO4 3 minus. So in setting up our ice table, silver would be our 3x and phosphate would be our x. And writing out our Ksp expression for this, Ksp would equal the concentration of silver cubed because of that coefficient of 3 times the concentration of phosphate. So now to solve for our concentrations, we'll plug in our Ksp, 1.8 times 10 to the minus 18, and we'll plug in our values for silver and for phosphate. So silver, we're going to call 3x, and phosphate is just simply x. So we're going to cube 3, and we're going to multiply that to get our Ksp, 1.8 times 10 to the minus 18 equals 27x cubed times x. And when we multiply these two together, we add the exponents. So we're going to be left with 1.8 times 10 to the minus 18 equals 27x to the 4th. Divide both sides by 27, and we're going to get x to the 4th equals 6.67 times 10 to the minus 20. Then we're going to take the 4th root of both sides to get x by itself to find that x is approximately 1.607 times 10 to the minus 5. And that's my concentration. What is x? X is my concentration of phosphate in solution. But x is also, right, this is also the molar solubility of silver phosphate, Ag3PO4. Because if we look at the ionization, for every 1 molecule of silver phosphate that ionizes, we're going to get 1 phosphate. So the concentration of phosphate in solution equals the concentration of silver phosphate that was able to go into solution. It's not equal to silver because of that coefficient of 3. The concentration of silver is actually higher, but our concentration of phosphate gives us the solubility of silver phosphate. So now we can calculate the final question because we know that silver phosphate, right, the molar solubility of silver phosphate is 1.6 times 10 to the minus 5. Molarity is moles per liter, and we want to turn that into grams per liter. So I want to multiply that by something and get moles to cancel out. Anytime we want to cancel out moles and we're trying to go to mass, right, we need to use the molar mass. The molar mass tells us for every 1 mole of silver phosphate, I need to have 418.6 grams of silver phosphate. Moles cancel out. I multiply that by 418.6 to get our solubility in grams per liter of approximately 6.7 times 10 to the minus 3 grams per liter of silver phosphate. The only step that's new here is taking our concentration from molarity, turning it into moles per liter, and then realizing we can go from moles per liter to grams per liter simply by using the molar mass of what we're looking at.